Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside King Arena on the campus of Wheaton College as we are getting set for a CCIW Women's Basketball Tournament quarterfinal between the 5th seed and tonight's visitors, Illinois Wesleyan University Titans, and the Wheaton College Thunder, the number 4 seed in this year's tournament. There is some history in this matchup. There was a 5-year streak of these two teams meeting in the tournament championship. This is the 13th meeting between these two teams in CCIW tournament history. Illinois Wesleyan currently boasts a 7-5 head-to-head record over the Thunder in CCIW tournament games. Should be in for a good one tonight. My name is Gabriel Woodowis. I'll be your play-by-play commentator for tonight, joined by my color commentary extraordinaire partner, Amelia Sniffen. And in just a few seconds, we are going to throw it over to our PA announcer, Steph Schmidt, tonight to walk us through the all-conference honorees, CCIW sportsmanship statement, and the starting lineups for tonight's women's basketball game. Join us here in King Arena in approximately 5 minutes for this tip-off.
Wisconsin and all of its members promote good sporting behavior by student athletes, coaches, and fans. We request your cooperation in supporting the student athletes and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, derogatory comments, or other intimidating actions directed at student athletes, officials, team representatives, or other fans will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal. The CCIW has many traditions, but bad behavior isn't one of them. We appreciate your cooperation in creating a safe and positive game environment. Respect is the name of the game. At this time, we would like to recognize the all-conference team members who are competing in tonight's contest. From Illinois Wesleyan University, on the CCIW second team, Caitlin Heller. And on the CCIW first team, Lauren Huber. And from Wheaton College on the CCIW second team, Annika Richardson. And on the CCIW first team, Caroline Sickink. Let's give all 4 of them a round of applause. At this time, we ask if you are able to do so, please stand for the playing of our national anthem. It's time to meet our starters for tonight's contest. At guard for Illinois Wesleyan from Downers Grove, Illinois, number 2, Sawyer White. At guard for Wheaton from Victoria, Minnesota, number 4, Lily Schwen. At guard for Illinois Wesleyan from Lombard, Illinois, number 5, Lauren Huber. At guard for Wheaton from Canton, Michigan, number 11, Anna Fernandez. At guard for Illinois Wesleyan from Glen Ellen, Illinois, number 22, Caitlin Heller. At guard for Wheaton from Asheville, North Carolina, number 34, Caroline Sickink. At forward for Illinois Wesleyan from Western Springs, Illinois, number 23, Kelly Carlson. At forward for Wheaton from Tustin, California, number 32, Kaylee Hermanson. At guard for Illinois Wesleyan from Geneva, Illinois, number 24, Kate Palmer. And at forward for Wheaton from Northfield, Minnesota, number 25, Annika Richardson. Introducing your head coaches for Illinois Wesleyan, Mia Smith. And for Wheaton, Kent Madsen.
Welcome back, folks, inside King Arena on the campus of Wheaton College as we are getting set for tip-off in the CCIW Women's Basketball Tournament quarterfinal between the Wheaton Thunder and the Illinois Wesleyan Titans. These two teams split their regular season meetings this year with the road team winning on both occasions. Amelia, we should be in for a fun one tonight.
We should, Gabe. I'm really excited to see these teams play each other tonight here in King Arena one last time this season. As you know, the last time these two teams met in King Arena, it was quite the exciting matchup. Wesleyan taking the win, and we'll see what happens tonight as we're off to an exciting start.
Wesleyan controlling the tip, the first possession, an important offensive rebound right there, and the first basket of the night goes to Kelly Carlson underneath the hoop. Wesleyan fans wanting to travel there, and look at that, Amelia with the fast hands.
Still got it.
Still got it.
Yeah, Wesleyan coming out with a lot of energy right out the bat. Seems like the Thunder are a little bit shaken up by the Titans. Something you wouldn't expect after the Titans had some transportation issues on the way here. They were on a bus for quite a while, but they're coming out ready. As that's Kaylee Hermanson with the miss on the other end.
Not letting those delays get to them here as the focus starts so far from the Titans. They are the most experienced team in conference tournament history, making their 19th CCIW tournament appearance tonight. And how about this, Amelia? They have played in 7 straight conference tournament championship games, as a huge three-pointer right there for Wesleyan makes it 5-0.
They're playing like the veteran team right now. Off the bat, starting 5-0. 2 great points, and look at this energetic press. They're playing like an experienced team, and we'll see if Wheaton can come back. That's Richardson with the miss, and the Titans will get the ball yet again.
Nice defensive rebound right there by Lauren Huber, but it will be a turnover for the Titans. Wheaton catching a break there defensively.
Little mix-up for Huber. Thunder right now kind of a little bit stressed with this press. They handled it well in the last 2 matchups between these teams, but haven't played against a press in a while, so we'll see if they can get that, and they do, as Caroline Sickink will power through, finish on the other end, and get the and one. Let's watch that back.
That's a coast-to-coast, old-fashioned potential three-point play right there from Wheaton's first-team all-conference selection.
Yeah, Sickink's been having a great season, but has really come alive more so toward the end of this season, has just, in some ways, taken the team on her back in a lot of these games, putting up double digits in just about every game. She'll miss that extra point, but Richardson there to grab the board.
Important haul there for Annika Richardson as Wheaton maintains the possession. Richardson will fire away from the top of the key just too long, and it looks like it'll be a rebound here for the Titans, and they finally corral it through Huber.
Both teams hustling to try to grab that board. You can tell that both teams really want this win tonight. After identical seasons, they both want to prove that they are the better team here in King Arena.
It's a good point. These two teams did finish exactly tied in their records this year. Wheaton getting to host this one as a result of their upset win over conference champions Milliken. And there's an and one opportunity for Illinois Wesleyan here at this end of the floor. Kelly Carlson with a tough basket.
Yeah, what a great move under the basket. We'll watch that here. Great cut down low. Gets Sickink a little bit off of her feet there and is able to finish with the left hand right in the middle of the paint. And she'll finish that extra point as well, putting the Titans up by 6 early in this game.
8-2 advantage already for the visiting Titans as they continue to enact that full court press. Wheaton doing well to move the ball up the floor. Caroline Sickink in some trouble here. Being double teamed, finds a teammate. That's Fernandez. Nice pass to Kaylee Hermanson.
10 seconds on the shot clock. They have time, but she'll throw it up and no good, but it will actually go back to the Titans. Yeah, the Thunder right now just playing a little chaotic. You can hear Kent Madsen on the other end yelling at his team to calm down a little bit, settle. Just really acting a little bit unprepared for this Titan press that they should be used to at this point in the season.
Wesleyan knowing they'll have to do it the hard way if they want to maintain that championship appearance streak, starting off with a road game in the quarterfinals against a team who beat them on their home floor back in December. The Titans can't convert on this possession, so Lily Schwinn will bring it up the floor for the Thunder. Richardson, plenty of heat on that pass and a little bit too much for Sicking to deal with. It's another Wheaton turnover.
We'll watch that back here. Good vision by Annika Richardson to see Caroline Sicking cutting, but just not the best pass in that play. Yes, the Titans will get the ball back here with 7 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
This is Kate Palmer underneath the basket, cuts it back out, but that will be a travel on Carlson, the first mistake we've seen her make tonight, and a much needed turnover for the Thunder on the defensive end. Yeah,
as you said, much needed. Thunder kind of cracking right now under pressure. Just 2 points in the first 3 minutes of this game. Ball now in the hands of Anna Fernandez, who had a great game against the Titans in December. Now in the hands of Kate Oliver, who had 2 20-plus point games against the Titans this season, but she'll turn the ball over on the other side. Back to Wesleyan.
Oliver's been the star of the show, as you said, in both appearances against Illinois Wesleyan. She might play a key role again tonight. That's a beautiful feed inside from Palmer, and that finish by Lauren Huber. And this has been the ideal start for the visiting Titans, 10-2 lead, and Coach Madsen calls a timeout for the Thunder.
Absolutely, great job by Coach Madsen to try to talk to his team here to slow down the Titans. You'll hear that it's really loud in King Arena tonight, and I always say it's almost like a home game for the Titans when they travel out to Wheaton. They've got so many players from this area, and the Titan fans really know how to show out for Illinois Wesleyan games here in Wheaton, and so it'll be a good one tonight. Lots of Thunder fans in the arena as well. As you said, this is a historic matchup, so people love to watch these two teams come head-to-head.
Yeah, I'll admit I was pleased when the tournament schedule was finalized, and we were obviously excited that Wheaton would get to host a quarterfinal game, but specifically with this opponent, one of the best environments of the season here in King Arena was that January matchup just a few weeks ago against Illinois Wesleyan, that 2-point win for the Titans that came down to the very final possession. That was a pretty wild fourth quarter we saw that night. I think Wheaton will be hoping for something a little smoother this evening, but they've got it all to do after this fast start from Illinois Wesleyan.
Absolutely, and you'll also note from that last matchup against the Titans, the Thunder only scored 4 points in the first quarter, so we're almost seeing a repeat of what happened in January here with just 2 points so far in this first quarter. Definitely hoping to switch that around tonight if you're Kent Madsen, but so far it's looking like deja vu for the Thunder.
That's a great point. They would have been hoping to avoid that similar slow start this time around, but some efficient offense and some stifling defense so far from the 5th seed in the tournament. And Illinois Wesleyan continues with the press coming out of the backcourt for Wheaton. Here's Oliver.
She'll pick it up almost right across half court. 16 to go on the shot clock.
Always an important possession when you come out of the timeout. We know they need to pick up some points here. Here's Hermanson. Shot clock winding down. Schwinn might have to put up a shot. She puts it out to Kate Oliver. Behind the back dribble, puts it up at the horn. Can't quite get it to go, and a defensive rebound for Huber.
Offensively, the Thunder just are not looking like themselves so far tonight. Just throwing up points, not moving the ball. And we'll see Caroline Sicking on the floor there, fighting for the ball, and it'll go back to the Thunder.
That jump ball is the call. So the possession area will stay with Wheaton, as Amelia said, and rebounding is going to be very important in a matchup that's as close as this one. The Titans already with an advantage on the boards. Nearly came up with a big offensive rebound right there, but Wheaton maintaining it off of the jump ball scenario.
Yeah, great hustle there by Caroline Sicking. As you said, first team all CCIW. She always plays with a lot of fire, and that's a great play by Sicking, just unable to finish in the paint. Stolen away by Caitlin Heller.
It's good hands from Anna Fernandez trekking back in defense just to shut down that Illinois Wesleyan counterattack, but the Titans do maintain possession. Kick out to Sawyer White, who is in red-hot form right now for the Titans. And that will be a shooting foul called against Lily Schwinn.
Schwinn looked a little unhappy with that call. Right after that, we'll watch it back here. Looks like she reached in maybe a little too early with her right hand. So that'll send Heller to the line.
Misses on the first free throw, but still a chance to put the Titans up by 9 here as we approach the halfway point of the first quarter. She gets the second one to drop. Hanukkah Richardson will check back in for the Thunder. And Laura Malum coming in for Illinois Wesleyan. So Amelia, not an ideal start here for the home side, trailing by 9 points 5 minutes into this one. What kind of offensive adjustments do you think we might see here in these next few minutes?
Well, I was talking to Ellie Castle yesterday about what she thought the team needed to do to come out tonight and get a win. Obviously, Ellie Castle is senior captain, and she said, we need to not let the Titans dictate this game. They want us to play chaotic. They want us to get in our heads and get frazzled due to their press and their fast-paced game, and we need to play slow and play like we deserve to be here. And right now, the Thunder really aren't doing that. They are playing chaotic. They are playing frazzled. So they need to listen to their senior captain, Ellie Castle's wisdom, and try to slow the ball down a little bit more. I'd say on the offensive end, definitely start moving the ball a little bit. Just slowing down the pace, acting calm and confident, and that's Ellie Castle entering the game now. So we'll see if maybe we'll get a different pace as well.
Right on cue.
Yeah, exactly. Kent Madsen must be listening.
Yeah, as you said, Illinois Wesleyan definitely winning the game plan and the style matchup so far, implementing the kind of game that they want to play in these early minutes. And they've already built a 10-point lead 5 minutes into this game.
And that's Laura Malham. She'll make one and miss one from the free throw line. She's shooting 40% this season. Wesleyan fans a little upset after that call, but it will stay with the Thunder here.
It's hard to tell from where we were sitting who got the last touch coming off that missed free throw. As you said, the Wesleyan fans not happy, but Wheaton will take the break and bring it up the floor.
Thunder in a scoring drought right now. They'll try to put some points on the board here as Ellie Castle gets the ball underneath. Double teamed, tries to throw it up, but no call, and that leaves 14 seconds on the shot clock here for the Thunder to put something together.
Wesleyan, usually known for their offensive prowess, the second highest scoring team in the conference, but I've been really impressed with their defensive speed so far. It feels like every time a Wheaton player gets their hands on the ball, there's two Titans defenders right there in position to stop them.
Definitely, and they're a smaller team, they're a quicker team than the Thunder, and that's really showing so far tonight just in these first several minutes as Kate Oliver's going to drive, and again, just too strong. We've seen a couple of those shots in the paint tonight for the Thunder that just aren't falling.
A pretty good designed play right there for Oliver coming out of that inbound situation, but can't get the shot to go, and the Titans make them pay. Sawyer White from deep.
Sawyer White, the freshman, she has had an outstanding season so far, but specifically in the last 5-ish games, she's been averaging 12 points per game. Just has really kind of come out of her shell, as that's Ellie Castle under the basket. She'll miss again, this time on the right side, but it'll stay with the Thunder.
Nice extra pass into the corner for Richardson. Can't get the open three to fall, though. Two missed opportunities there for Wheaton. Kate Oliver beginning to facilitate a little bit on the offensive end, but her teammates can't put the shots down.
Yeah, the Thunder right now just shooting 10% from the field goal range. Unable to get anything to fall so far. Titans unable to get it fouled on this side. So we'll see if the Thunder can get something together. Down by 13 with just about 3.5 minutes to go.
Caroline Sickink draws the foul there on the Titans, and Wheaton have done okay defensively on the last couple of possessions, but it just feels like if they don't get a basket soon, this one could get away from them. Trailing 15-2 here with 3:42 left in the first quarter. Another inbound situation underneath the Wesleyan hoop here for Wheaton.
We're gonna lob it into Castle. See what she does with it. Free throw line right now. Kent Madsen yelling at his team, move it. Wants them to move the ball around, at least swing it to the other side as Kate Oliver with a turnover gets it back into the hands of Lauren Huber, who will pass it up.
Open three here for Laura Malum in transition. Can't get it to fall. Big defensive rebound there for Sickink. Wesleyan once again failing to extend their advantage. And now they wanted a travel call on Sickink. Great pass underneath the hoop. Anna Fernandez scores, and the drought is over for the Thunder.
Finally, the Thunder able to get some points on the board there, but not with some controversy. The whole Titan bench on their feet, thinking that Sickink traveled. As Alyssa Faborowski will come in the game now, subbing in for Kate Oliver. Faborowski had a great game on Saturday night against Elmhurst with a career-high 14 points. freshman out of Colorado, also has been having a great season, but really kind of came out of her shell on Saturday night. So we'll see what she can do tonight in King Arena.
Yeah, definitely played a big role coming off the bench, as you said, in that win, which was the result that enabled Wheaton to host this game. They went to Elmhurst knowing that they needed to win that one. Good offensive foul call here, drawn by Annika Richardson. And another turnover forced by the Thunder.
Yeah, definitely a moving screen there by the Titans, as the Thunder will get another shot to try to get some more points on the board here. As we said, last game only scored 4 in the first quarter against the Titans. That's what they're sitting at now, so at least trying to beat that here in this next matchup.
And Wheaton has been kind of a second-half team, fourth quarter specifically throughout this year. They're not unused to starting games rather slowly and having to build some momentum over the course of the game, but no one wants to be trailing by 11 on your home floor this early in the game, and the Thunder kind of continuing their offensive struggles here on that last possession, as Wesleyan will have a chance to extend their lead. Almost forced turnover there from Fernandez, and Faborowski will pick it up for a Wheaton turnover.
Faborowski looking ahead for her teammates, kind of on her own here, bringing the ball up the court, and finally gets the ball over to Sicking.
Richardson will pump a long three, just in and out. Great rebound by Ellie Castle, and that's a big basket for Wheaton.
Beautiful play by the senior captain there to grab that board, spin right around, and put it up. That's what Kent Madsen has been asking her for all season, so great to see that tonight in the game that really matters.
Yeah, that's the kind of experience you want to see from one of your team captains coming off the bench. Grabbing that rebound, putting it right back where it came from. Lead down to 9 for Wesleyan, but Huber will draw a foul call there. Wheaton fans not happy with that one. The student section off to our left, voicing their dissent. We'll get another look here.
Yeah, tough one. I think if anything, maybe Annika Richardson pushed on the body a little bit there, maybe on Huber's hip, but tough call there, especially when Huber can kind of levitate so well.
And anytime you bring that hand down on the shooting wrist, it gives the refs an excuse to make that call.
Exactly.
And it'll be 2 free throws here for Huber.
She'll make her first. Huber shooting about 71% so far this season from the free throw line.
Leads the team in field goal percentage and scoring. Second, in fact, in scoring in the conference, behind Conference Player of the Year, Knudsen out of Milliken. And she's only a sophomore. Definitely a player to watch these next couple of years for the Titans program.
Definitely. She has had an outstanding season so far for the Titans, and definitely was the player to watch in the last game here in King Arena. Posted up a double-double and actually won her team the game in those final seconds. So Lauren Huber, a great player, and as you said, 2 more years in the CCIW for her.
That fourth quarter was a lot of fun in that January game. Kind of turned into a point guard showdown with Kate Oliver taking center stage for Wheaton. Is a big layup right there for Faborowski.
Great play by Alyssa Faborowski there to get down. She craves contact, and she's able to finish. She's such a small player, but she's able to finish despite the contact. As Ellie Castle gets a lot of contact on the other end, falls down for a jump ball, and this time it'll go into possession of the Titans.
We've already seen some physical rebounding and some boxing out from both teams underneath the hoop. The second jump ball call of this first quarter. Titans will keep possession. Kate Palmer to inbound, and that's a nice design play. Easy layup underneath the hoop for Caitlin Heller.
Yeah, exactly what Maya Smith drew up. They executed that perfectly, and I know the Thunder are not too happy about that. As Lily Schwinn will get caught at half court and turn the ball over.
And continuing to double the ball carriers here on the defensive end from Illinois Wesleyan. Good hand by Faborowski. Keep it alive in the backcourt through Kate Palmer.
Just 17 seconds to go here on the shot clock, 30 left in the first quarter.
It's Heller driving in, shot blocked, it'll stay with the Titans.
Yeah, great job there by Lily Schwinn to stay in front, not draw a foul, and to just hit that ball right out of bounds. Leaves the Titans left with about 20 seconds in this first quarter to either continue to extend their lead, or it looks like we've got some clock issues on the other end here. So we've got, there we go, 20 seconds left in the first.
So no difference right now between the shot clock and the game clock. Looks like they're going to make an adjustment. Here, no, maybe they'll keep it.
And the referees will discuss here what exactly to do with the clock.
As things stand, Wesleyan can essentially just hold it for the last shot. There's no need to go fast coming out of this inbound situation. And there we go. Now it's reset to 6 seconds. Good hand on it from Castle, and Schwinn picks up the turnover. Fast break opportunity here for the Thunder. Annika Richardson will pull it back out for Castle. Turnaround, gets fouled on the shot, and 2 free throws coming up for Wheaton Senior.
Another chaotic play there for the Thunder, but Castle somehow able to capitalize on it. She'll head to the free throw line here.
Wasn't the smoothest fast break we've ever seen, but
no.
If it gets you to the free throw line, can't complain too much.
We'll take it. As we said, Ellie Castle, senior out of Coopersburg, Pennsylvania. No stranger to Thunder sports. Her brother played 4 years for the Thunder baseball team. Great Uncle Bruce was on the only Wheaton NCAA championship team way back in 1950s. He's the manager, so she's got a lot of Thunder in her blood.
Wheaton heritage right there.
Exactly, Wheaton royalty, I might say.
Wesleyan bringing the ball up the floor. Turnaround jumper there from Heller won't go. Rebound for the Thunder. And despite a 9-point deficit, a little bit of momentum there for the hosts at the end of the quarter. Wesleyan leads at 19-10 after period 1.
Yeah, quite the chaotic first quarter, but nothing that we haven't seen before for this Thunder team. As you said, they tend to start games off a little bit behind, trying to get their feet under them, trying to get their mentality straight. So I'm excited to see what the Thunder do in this second quarter and the adjustments that Kent Madsen will make here in these next few minutes.
We'll be keeping you updated throughout the night on the other CCIW games happening tonight. There's, of course, the other women's quarterfinal between the 3-seed Augustana and the 6-seed Carthage happening over in Rock Island right now. They started at 7 p.m. a few minutes before us, so they're already in the second quarter with just 3 minutes left in the first half. Augie's up by 15 on Carthage as the Vikings look to book their semifinal spot. The winner of this game, if in fact Augustana can see that out, would travel to Milliken and face the regular season conference champions in that second semifinal on Friday night. If Carthage were to mount a furious comeback and pull the upset, they would face Milliken. The winner of this game would face Carroll, the number 2 seed in this year's tournament.
Milliken and Carroll both having great seasons so far. You might ask, we said earlier that the Titans and the Thunder have equal records both in conference play and overall, so you're probably saying at home, well then why is this game being played in Wheaton? It's because Wheaton was the only team so far this season to take down the Big Blue Milliken here on this court just about a month ago. So that's why Wheaton won the tiebreaker, and they're seated as 4th in the conference right now. And we'll see if they'll start playing like it as they start this second quarter off with another turnover here.
A little miscommunication there between Richardson and Sickink. Not the first time we've seen kind of wires getting crossed on the offensive end for the Thunder, and a chance for Wesleyan to push their lead back up into double digits.
And the Titans will turn the ball over as well. Both teams right now with 6 turnovers. Both teams playing a little bit messy to start off this game.
Yeah, and there aren't many games where you can say that both head coaches would be disappointed, but it kind of feels like that right now. Wesleyan knowing they've had plenty of chances to kind of push their lead up into double digits and extend their vice grip on this game, and Wheaton frustrated because they can't get their shots to fall and chip into this lead. Here's Kaylee Hermanson though. Oh, nearly
almost
came up with
banked it in.
An unorthodox bank shot right there, but it does rim out. And another jump ball call here, and it will stay with the Titans.
Yeah, as you said, the Thunder just can't buy a basket right now. That Kaylee Hermanson shot would have been beautiful had it gone in, but Thunder right now only shooting 23% so far tonight. So if they want to win this game and prove themselves tonight, they're going to have to start shooting a little bit better.
That's a nice interior feed right there for Huber, and she writes her reputation on baskets like that. That's a nice play underneath the hoop, and Wesleyan's lead is back up to 11.
Sickink with 2 Titans defenders on her. Keeps getting pushed back, tries to get it to Richardson and does.
Sickink will pull up for a long 2, can't quite splash it in. Tough rebound right there from Anna Fernandez. Doesn't get the shot to go, but she will head to the line for 2 shots.
Great job by Anna Fernandez. As I've said all season, she is a freshman, but she plays like quite the veteran. She plays with so much poise. Just as we watch this play back, so much poise right under the basket to grab that board away and still put it up. Doesn't quite get it to fall, but she'll head to the free throw line.
Yeah, there's at least a little bit of determination there coming off the offensive glass. We didn't see that much in the opening minutes with Wesleyan seemingly gathering all the rebounds, and that's a nice box out right there by Anna Fernandez as she splashes the first free throw.
And she'll make both here. Thunder still down. Titans lead 21-12 with 8.5 minutes to go here in the second.
Another interior pass looking for Huber, but Richardson reads this one well. Another turnover forced by Wheaton.
Yeah, great help defense there by Richardson to kind of anticipate that pass. But Lauren Huber will, no, not Lauren Huber.
At this point, I think it's just fair to assume that there's going to be a jump ball call at some point on the possession. Kind of feels like every other trip down the floor. Yeah.
Someone's on the floor. Every time I look up, someone's on the floor. But love to see that energy tonight here in this first round of the CCIW.
Yeah, you can tell both teams mean business. They really want to be here. They fought hard for their positions to qualify for this tournament. Even with 6 out of the 9 teams in the conference making it, there are just no guarantees in a conference like the CCIW. And Millikan, of course, preseason favorites to win the regular season title. We kind of knew they'd be in there, but after that, there's a whole lot of uncertainty as we see Lily Schwinn draw another foul call underneath the hoop.
Yeah, I was chatting with a few of the Illinois Wesleyan assistant coaches before the game, and we were talking about how you really never know what will happen this year with the CCIW. I mean, obviously, as you said, Millikan's been playing great. They're the team to beat, but out of all these other teams, really anyone could make it to that championship game this year. So if you're a CCIW fan, certainly be following all of these games being played tonight, as it's anyone's game, as Schwinn will miss both free throws, and the Titans have another opportunity to extend their lead.
Here's a 3-point attempt on the wing from Sarah Bali.
Thunder players frustrated on the bench after that one. Inexcusable for the Titans to get that offensive board there. Wesleyan certainly playing like the team that wants it more so far tonight, but Sickink wants it for the Thunder. She'll get fouled right underneath the basket. She's doing whatever she can now to try to crawl out of this hole that they've dug themselves into.
And Wheaton drawing shooting foul calls pretty much every time they're moving the ball underneath the basket right there. As long as they can convert on their free throw attempts, it's not a bad offensive strategy when the shots aren't falling from the field.
Exactly, and that they need to do. Right now they're only shooting 57% from the free throw line, so they've really got to step up their game, as Sickink will make her first.
I think that was a reverse curse of the commentator. Yes. You talk about bad free throw shooting and they make it.
Yeah, it worked. She's shooting 65% this season. She'll make both. So we've got another substitution coming in for the Titans. Caitlin Heller's back. Heller is a local, went to Glenbard West High School, just about 10 minutes east of us here. So she's got a lot of fans in King Arena tonight.
Here's Bali taking on the perimeter, matched up against Castle. Kick it out to the top of the key. Here's Huber, tough shot from the side of the basket, and Sickink comes down with a big rebound.
Caroline Sickink now with a couple of plays where you can just kind of read her mind, where she's saying, it's mine, I'm going to the basket, I'm grabbing this board, I'm doing this. As that's Fernandez there, getting Heller off of her feet. Oliver unable to capitalize though, as Heller will take the ball down the court for the Titans and get fouled on the other end.
Great explosive speed right there by Huber, just to corral the defensive rebound and blow down the court, drawing the shooting foul. Another missed opportunity for Wheaton on the offensive end. Oliver can't convert the open 3 and then concedes the tactical foul to prevent the easy layup.
She'll miss her first. Huber with 8 points so far tonight, leading the Titans in scoring. she'll miss both. As the Thunder fans are loud for that. Sicking, trying to charge up the court here, gets caught. And a kick ball from the Titans, so the Thunder will have a chance to inbound the ball here.
Illinois Wesleyan actually does come into this postseason tournament as the worst free throw shooting team in the conference statistically. An interesting weak point in their team given how efficient they usually are on the offensive end. So that could be an area in which Wheaton gains an advantage tonight and makes up some ground in that deficit as they still trail by 9 here with 6:40 left to go in the first half. Oliver swinging it around to Richardson. Nice interior pass to Sicking. Tough basket off the glass.
Great job by Caroline Sicking. If you were watching that full play, you saw her posting up, working inside, trying to get open. And great job by the Thunder to recognize that she was posting up down low and swing the ball around until she was finally open and they could see her numbers. On the other end, though, another foul under the basket, which will send Huber to the line again.
It's kind of developing into a Huber versus Sicking one-on-one battle right now. It feels like those two players are getting most of the touches on the ball and creating most of the chances underneath the basket. Lots of trips to the free throw line. 5 foul calls so far in the second quarter. Plenty of whistles in the first as well, as we see Sawyer White check back in for Illinois Wesleyan.
Kate Oliver also checking back in for the Thunder, and last game it was really Huber versus Oliver toward the end of the game. As we said, Huber really responsible for winning her team the game toward the end, and Oliver was the one responsible for keeping her team in it. So excited to see what Huber will continue to do tonight as she'll make her first free throw.
Really, both of regular season matchups between these two teams had a strange trajectory. Wesleyan, the first one, they had a double-digit lead in the third quarter. It looked like they were starting to pull away in Bloomington until Kate Oliver and company really caught fire and made that furious fourth quarter comeback to pick up the big road win. And then last time, as we've talked about, slow start for the Thunder, really make it interesting down the stretch. And we just had that barn burner of a fourth quarter as Kate Oliver finds herself in some trouble there, and another good turnover forced by the Wesleyan defense. But Richardson returns the favor with a swat.
Huber tried to elevate but was unable to get a shot off as Kaylee Hermanson comes out of nowhere, pulls up, but
that was a little football hook and lateral play right there. A nice move on the side, but
beautiful to watch.
Can't change it into points as Wesleyan looks to bump their lead back up into double digits on this possession. Here's Kate Palmer driving in against Kate Oliver. Same position, same number, same first name. You got to bear with us tonight, folks.
Good job by the Titans, though, to kind of slow this game down. It was turning into a track meet for a second there, but they slowed it down and were able to capitalize. Get 2 more points on the board to put them up 11 yet again.
Kelly Carlson back to her feasting ways underneath the basket. She and Huber have been the 2 offensive standouts so far for the Titans. Wheaton struggling to slow down the 2 of those players. Annika Richardson with a deep 3. That would have set this King Arena crowd alight, but she couldn't get it to fall. Wheaton still, I believe, has yet to hit a shot from beyond the arc.
Yeah, the Thunder in desperate need right now of a 3-pointer or just something to kind of spark them, get that energy back. We'll see if Kate Oliver can do something here as she'll bring the ball up, receive a screen from Ellie Castle.
And she does do something. That's an impressive driving layup right there from the freshman.
Such an athletic play to reject the screen and then still go down to the basket. With a lot of contact, she's able to kind of levitate over her defender and score.
Kate Palmer, quick release 3. Can't quite get it to drop, and a rebound for Hermanson.
Great job by Hermanson there to get her position under the basket and give this Thunder team another chance here to try to get out of this.
Yeah, some points on this possession would firmly put the momentum in Wheaton's camp after Wesleyan's come up without a basket on their last trip. Here's Richardson, shot clock winding down. Nice spin in the lane, high off the glass, rebound for Huber.
Castle was working hard down low, but nobody really saw her to get the ball in. I'd love to see them start to utilize Ellie Castle a little bit more in the post going forward.
Huber with a nice little jump stop shot right there, assist from Sawyer White. And we'll have a timeout on the floor as Illinois Wesleyan has stretched their lead to 11 points inside the final 4 minutes of the first half.
Yeah, every time we think the Thunder are starting to come back, Illinois Wesleyan continues to charge forward. So Wesleyan right now really dominating this game so far. we'll see if the Thunder can do anything in these remaining 4 minutes to kind of close this lead down going into halftime.
And when you're matched up with a team like Illinois Wesleyan, I can only imagine it kind of doesn't matter where you're playing or what the seeding is. They're so experienced in this tournament. You just know that they're going to know what they're doing. It's hard to develop a game plan that will kind of successfully nullify what they'll throw at you. And Illinois Wesleyan, as we've said in this first half, has really implemented the style and the pace that they want to play this game at.
Exactly. Such an experienced team with a very experienced coach. Maya Smith, of course, the CCIW legend, all-time leader in victories for women's basketball at Wesleyan, and led the team to the 2012 NCAA championship. So she was National Coach of the Year in that championship and has just had a great career at Wesleyan for the last 25 years. So they've got a great leader on their side that is right now leading them to quite the lead in this first half.
Little quick score update from around the CCIW. Augustana up 15 at halftime over Carthage as they are cruising in their women's basketball quarterfinal. We've got a good one up in Kenosha with the Carthage men's team facing off against Illinois Wesleyan, leading by 5 points as the second half getting ready to go underway. And a barn burner over in Elmhurst. North Central and the Blue Jays tied at 39 at halftime. Those two quarterfinals will obviously have ramifications on who the Wheaton men's team will play, as the Thunder are set to host the CCIW tournament this weekend in King Arena. Sure hope you'll come back and join us for those, but it's a shame that the men's and the women's tournaments are being played at the same time, because you kind of don't know which one to tune in for. Some great games.
Hopefully you have 2 TVs at home.
Right.
You can watch both.
It's that time of year. March Madness is almost upon us.
CCIW Madness is here.
Kaylee Hermanson will pull it from deep, leaves it just short. Alexis Martin into the game now for the Thunder, making her first appearance of the night. Transition jumper, no good for Wesleyan, but a big rebound right there by Katie Knutson.
Thunder now 0 for 7 from the three-point line as Alexis Martin able to grab that board. She had a great game on Saturday night against Elmhurst. Played 15 minutes, had 7 points, her career high. So Kit Madsen putting her in, seeing what she'll do tonight against the Titans.
Anna Fernandez will step back, launch it from deep, and the ball will go to the Titans.
Yeah, Thunder really need to try to get something inside moving. They're just not hitting from the three-point line. If I were them, I'd start moving the ball around, looking more for Ellie Castle inside. Even Kaylee Hermanson, who's great at getting to the basket.
And it's a tough position to be in, because when you're down by double digits, it makes sense. Your natural instinct is to try to force it up from deep, because the three-point shots are that much more valuable. As we see Sawyer White attempt one right here, it will be a 2. It looks like her foot was on the line, but still a big shot for Illinois Wesleyan as they go up by 13.
And as you'll notice, Caroline Sickink out right now. She's got 2 fouls here in this first half, so Kit Madsen sitting her. And that's definitely slowed the game down a bit for the Thunder, but speaking of the devil, Sickink is subbing back in.
Developing quite the habit of forecasting the future.
I guess so. She'll come back in the game, and we'll see if she can get any more points on the board right now. She's leading the Thunder with 6 points right now. And
it's a calculated risk that Coach Madsen has to take. You don't really want to put a player back in right now with 2 fouls, but she's your first team all-conference player and you're down by double digits. Something's got to happen.
He needs her, and she's someone who is not afraid to score and not afraid to shoot. So looks like we've got a foul under the basket on Ellie Castle. We'll watch that back here to see exactly what happened.
Yeah, it was whistled on Castle, as you said. Contested layup underneath the basket. And it will be Heller at the line for 2 shots for the Titans. Haven't seen the best free throw shooting display so far tonight from either team. Wesleyan's struggles from the line continuing. We'll see if Heller can go 1 for 2, and she can't. Rebound there for Annika Richardson.
Yeah, Wesleyan
but immediate turnover, and that's a big play right there. Ellie Castle right away whistled for her 2nd foul. And that's a huge momentum shift right there. Ellie Castle pointing to her head saying, guys, you got to focus up. Giving the ball away cheaply underneath the basket of the Titans.
Castle really frustrated after that sequence there. She's become quite the vocal player in these last few games. At Elmhurst, you could hear her yelling to her team, I don't care, find your players, match up, and right now she's saying, get your head in it. So great to see that leadership from Castle, but definitely, if you're a Thunder fan, not great to see that frustration so early on, as this team just is struggling to get it together here in this first half.
And she took one for the team, drawing that foul call, and it turned out to be the right move as Wesleyan goes 0 for 4 from the free throw line in quick succession, but it's never ideal to pick up 2 fouls so close together. We'll see how long Castle can stay on that number. As we get a foul on the other end of the floor here, looks like that will be charged to Laura Malum. Inside the final 2 minutes of this CCIW Women's Basketball Tournament quarterfinal first half, Wesleyan continuing to hold a 31-18 lead. We'll see if Wheaton can chip away at that a little bit on this possession.
Looks like we've got a clock issue again, as the referees will discuss what to do, and Fabrowski now will inbound the ball. Thunder have 20 seconds here to get something going.
Here's Richardson at the top of the key, matched up against Heller. Hand off to Sickink, tough drive inside, and she will be whistled for an offensive foul.
That'll be her third, so Kent Madsen telling Kate Oliver to come in and get her. Just an unfortunate play there.
Just a little bit too aggressive driving into the lane there, trying to create some space for herself.
Smart play by Heller, though. Not sure if she was aware or not that Sickink was in foul trouble, but able to get that offensive on Sickink, and that'll get her out of the game for the remaining minute and a half.
And from a neutral perspective, we're excited to be able to watch that matchup again next year. Sickink Jr., Heller sophomore. You got a feeling this isn't the last interpersonal battle that they'll have.
Yeah, just looking at this court right now, there's a lot of hope for the CCIW moving forward. Kent Madsen playing 3 freshmen right now, but all 3 experiencing significant playing time this season. So a lot to come for this Thunder team, and certainly a lot to come for the Titans as well.
Yeah, definitely a glimpse into the future here for Wheaton on the floor, as you say. Ellie Castle, the notable exception, as we get an offensive foul call here against the Thunder.
Looks like, I think that was a 3-second call on Richardson, who was wide open under the basket, but
yeah,
just
good call.
Hung out there way too long. Great to see her getting open and posting up, but need to have that awareness at this point in the game to keep it moving.
Entering the final minute of the first half of play here in Wheaton, Illinois. Illinois Wesleyan trying to go up by 15 points. Offensive rebound right there. They'll keep it alive. Here's Sawyer White on the perimeter, back to Huber. Shot clock winding down, turnaround jumper, can't quite get it to fall.
Secured by Castle, great board there. Thunder needed that, and we'll see if they can get some more points on the board here. 40 seconds to go here in this first half.
Anna Fernandez open corner 3, and the drought continues from deep for Wheaton. Just can't buy a basket from beyond the perimeter. Here's Kate Oliver, though, as Wheaton keeps it alive, and that's a misplaced pass leading to a turnover.
Another turnover for this Thunder team, 13 tonight. 7 in this second quarter. Just unable to focus. And the Titans will likely have the last possession of this first half. 20 seconds to go here, as Heller will bring the ball up and take her sweet time.
Yeah, a chance to get a 15 or 16 point lead here heading into the break. One potential last momentum boost in what has been an excellent first half for the away team. Kicking out the perimeter, Kate Palmer, extra pass. Here's Sawyer White, shot, game clock winding down, and she drains it. Sawyer White with a clutch shot to beat the first half buzzer, and it is a 16-point lead for Illinois Wesleyan here going into the halftime break.
Sawyer White looking a little confused or shocked after that play, but shrugging it off like, okay, guess I made it, and that'll send the Wesleyan fans pretty happy going into halftime here. As you said, Wesleyan up 34-18 in what has been an exciting first half of the CCIW matchup.
So folks, we'll step away for about 13 minutes, come back and join us for the second half from King Arena of the CCIW Women's Basketball Tournament quarterfinal, as Illinois Wesleyan leads at 34-18 at the break.
I think one of the fun things about deciding where to go to college is that all of your peers are in kind of the same place. Remember, other people have done this, other people have gone before me and will come after me and are going through it with me now. It's not as isolating as it may feel. I didn't really know what I was looking for at first. It started with me just scrolling through website after website of colleges. I knew I wanted something that was medium-sized. I knew that I wanted a strong natural sciences department. I knew that I wanted to be challenged academically inside the classroom, but I also didn't want life to stop in the classroom. I'm grateful that I was able to visit as many schools as I did. A large part of my decision to attend Wheaton was influenced by my campus visit. What instantly stood out to me was that everyone on campus was smiling. I felt welcomed, I felt appreciated, seen, and wanted. And so the application process itself was really joy-filled. The decision process was quite a different story. I got the decisions and acceptances and rejections back, and rejections stung. I became very stressed. I started to question, do I want to keep going to school? Do I want to go far? Do I want to come closer to home? And that's where I really started to ask, okay, what are the options remaining before me? And Wheaton was again at the top. I started to work with Ellen, my admissions counselor. I just worked with her really closely and had several hour-long phone calls, just talking through what does a Wheaton education look like, what is the value of a Wheaton education, and got to have personal conversations and interactions. So even during a time that was really stressful, I felt valued and seen as a whole person rather than just a GPA and test scores.
Neuroscience is the study of probably the most unique organ on the planet, the human brain. What does it mean to be a human person? And then what does it mean to live the good life as a result of understanding that? Where a vast majority of the work is right now is helping cure neurodegenerative disease. Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's disease, and our National Institute of Health has been pouring money into trying to understand these diseases. There is a lot of hope for discovery that can really impact somebody's life. It's very easy for an undergraduate student to get involved in research. One of my more recent grads is working with one of the top spinal surgeons in the country, and because of his experience doing research here, he was able to just work his way right into that lab. A majority of my students go on to med school, but I had a physics student who is working for Tesla. We've had philosophy students, and we've had folks from the Bible and theology department come in and really press us hard to be precise about how we're talking about what it means to be a human person. A student in our conservatory here took one of my classes and did a project on the neuroscience of music therapy, and this whole world was opened up. She had a passion for both music and science, and she was able to combine them in a way that she just hadn't seen possible before being here. Any student that is just curious about themselves and the way that they work is going to be really well positioned to study the brain. Faith and science can coexist really well. The unique thing about coming to Wheaton to study neuroscience is the integrative nature of it. You are going to learn about how your brain works and how the cells work and how the neural circuits work, but we won't stop there. We will also teach you about your spirit and your soul and how that might interact with your brain to make you who you are. And so I hope that we're putting students out into the world that can answer the big neuroscientific questions, but then can also challenge their colleagues and their audiences to think deeper and to think more carefully about what it means to be a human person.
When you're looking at colleges, you may look at the sticker price and say to yourself, I'm not applying to that school because I can't afford it. And I would caution you to not close any doors because there is this price tag that is just out of reach. Cost is an important factor, but there's so many other factors to consider. At Wheaton College, we offer academic scholarships as well as Wheaton Grant, which is need-based aid from the college. So a student may receive scholarships in the range of $10,000 to full tuition. They may also receive significant Wheaton grant based on need, and we determine that, like most institutions do, based on the information that is found on the free application for federal student aid. Colleges aren't commodities. They're not all the same. And there'll be value questions that you have to ask along the way. There's value in knowing that Wheaton alumni have done very well across the board. That we have students from 50 states and over 160-year history. There's value in that. But I also think there's value in the fact that you will be with a group of peers who are excellent in their academic endeavors, but also who love Jesus Christ. You are not just a student who is performing well in the classroom, but that you are a person that has great potential to serve God's kingdom. You're going to be challenged to grow in your faith because you want to be tested and you want to understand what your theological non-negotiables are. So think about the community you're going to be a part of and how they're going to engage you. We want to challenge you to think about why you believe what you believe by people who will encourage you and motivate you. This is an investment that has strong return, not just for you in terms of career, but for you as a follower of Jesus Christ who will be called to great things. Let us work closely with your family. Let us find out more. We work with great expectation and with hope. We do not want to give up on your calling to be at Wheaton College.
Wheaton College Summer Institute is basically this 2-week event in which students from all over the world can participate. It does a very good job of integrating education, social life, and spiritual life into a very safe environment.
There's so many course offerings, from Shakespeare to music to visual arts to theology.
Each student picks a class and they really hone in on a specific subject.
And we're kind of getting like a foretaste of the college experience.
So we're sleeping in the dorms and we eat in saga. It's the full experience, but only for a 2-week period.
And they give college credit. Like, when looking at whether or not to do this, I was like, there's no downside.
You know, the schedule is incredible.
I've spent a lot of time in class, probably about 4 hours a day, but also a lot of time hanging out.
Then we're going for ice cream and we're going into Wheaton.
You enjoy it, you have fun, you get to meet new people.
And what I like about it a lot is that the people are so accepting. The people that will just take you as you are and won't criticize you or judge you.
The relationships I've built with people here have been really valuable.
Here, I'm always with someone, I'm always talking, I'm always having a great time, I'm always learning.
And at the same time, building that community with these people who are so different, with people from Colombia and Mexico and Texas and North Carolina, but we can all, find that kind of center of what we all believe and build relationships from that.
Wheaton College Summer Institute is a place where you will grow in your faith, meet very extraordinary people, and learn something you're passionate about.
It has the potential to be so formative that there's no way you shouldn't do it.
Someone who is insatiably curious will thrive in a Christian liberal arts environment. Being a Christian liberal arts student causes you to expect to encounter God and expect to encounter dialogue with other disciplines. I think it creates a posture of wonder, and that's just a great thing for every aspect of life. I was in Calc 1, and my professor was having us read through Romans 12 in Calc 1. And it really invited me to see God at work and to prepare my heart, even in those first few minutes of class, to recognize and say, God is here, and do I have eyes to see him? And do I have eyes to see the way that he's at work? They don't say that any discipline is off limits from God, or that God is off limits from any discipline. Wheaton really does prime you to be a very well-rounded student that's able to think about questions from many different angles and not just provide a cookie cutter answer, but really engage with content in a deep and meaningful and intentional way. I got one-on-one time with professors, and they not only cared about my studies, but they also cared about my spiritual well-being and about how I was doing personally. The opportunity to have professors that are spiritual mentors and have PhDs in Old Testament or quantum mechanics or poverty and international relations is amazing. And you get the opportunity to interact with so many other students of different disciplines that all love Jesus and want to love and worship him in what they do. And that's amazing too. And I love Wheaton. Wheaton invited me to dig deep into both the scientific learning I was doing and dig deep into my faith. I have grown in my ability to offer all of myself to the practice that I'm doing as an act of worship. That's what the Christian liberal arts can help form in you, is to do everything to the glory of God.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second half of this CCIW Women's Basketball Tournament quarterfinal between the Wheaton Thunder and the Illinois Wesleyan University Titans. We are here in King Arena on the campus of Wheaton College. Gabriel Woodwis alongside Amelia Sniffen to bring you tonight's game. And Amelia, the first half could not have gone much better for the visiting team, leading 34-18.
Yeah, Wesleyan playing great in that first half. I was able to talk to some Thunder players after their halftime talk with Kent Madsen, and he agreed. The Wesleyan Titans are playing great right now, but there's a lot that this Thunder team has yet to do that if they implement in this second half, they could come back and they could have a win here in King Arena tonight. He told his team, I need you guys to slow down on the offensive end. Don't dribble so soon. Just look around, see where you can pass the ball, move the ball smart, don't move the ball quick. He also told his team that they need to rebound if they want to stay in this game and if they want to come back. Thunder not getting too outhandedly rebounded right now. Thunder with 21 rebounds, Titans with 24, but definitely something that they'll want to step up if they want to climb out of this hole. And looks like the Titans will start with the ball here going into the second half, and we'll see if what Kent Madsen told his team will come into practice here in this next 20 minutes.
Yeah, we've talked about Wheaton's strength in the fourth quarter, particularly this season, so this third quarter feels pivotal if they're going to give themselves a chance of a late comeback. Missed shot there by Huber, a rarity in that first half as she led all players with 12 points in the opening 20 minutes. Let's see if Wheaton can take advantage on their first offensive possession of the quarter.
Ellie Castle starting off the second half here for the Thunder. Caroline Sicking sitting on the bench here with 3 fouls. So we'll see if this new lineup can get some more action here to start off the second half, as the Titan fans wanted a travel there on Schwinn. Castle with the great offensive board there gives the Thunder another possession.
Yeah, tallest player on the floor, using her size to her advantage. That's a big grab off that missed shot. Beautiful feed now. Castle doing it all for Wheaton on the offensive end as Richardson finishes off the move.
Certainly great job by Castle so far in this second half. Got the defensive board on the other end, came down, got an offensive board, and then nice assist into Annika Richardson. So that senior leadership is going to be pivotal moving forward in the second half as the Thunder now trail by 14.
Kate Palmer forcing up that three on the last possession, missing. She's 0 for 3 from the field tonight. Wesleyan, almost all of their points coming from Sawyer White and Lauren Huber. Kelly Carlson had 7 to be the 3rd leading scorer for the Titans as Lily Schwinn draws the foul on the offensive end for Wheaton.
Yeah, another smart play there by Ellie Castle. Recognizes she's double teamed and then sees Schwinn cutting baseline there. Schwinn able to draw a foul under the basket. Let's see if she can capitalize here from the free throw line, and she will. As you said, both teams didn't shoot too well from the free throw line in the first half. Titans especially only shot 46%. Thunder was 66%, and that'll go up after Schwinn drained both.
The lead is down to 12 here to begin this second half as Wesleyan brings the ball up the floor. Winner of this game, as we explained earlier, will likely face the regular season conference champions as Sawyer White drains another 3. We saw her hit that buzzer beater in the first half, and that's another big shot right there for the Titans. They will likely face Milliken in Decatur as the tournament semifinal championship hosts, unless Carthage mounts a furious second half comeback in Rock Island. Kaylee Hermanson misses from deep. Another big rebound for Ellie Castle, but can't get the putback to go. That's a great cross-court pass there from Huber. White will slow it down. Wesleyan will build their offense here. Forcing up a shot, looking for a whistle. No call, though, and a big rebound from Castle.
Yeah, Ellie Castle just going crazy on the boards right now. As you said, tallest player on the court, and she's playing like it. Posting up now inside. We'll see if any Thunder players can get the ball in, as she is on fire to start the second half.
Wheaton is now 0 for 10, make it 0 for 11 from three-point land tonight. That's going to have to change if they're going to try to mount a second half comeback, as Amelia said, and we'll see if Wesleyan can extend their advantage past 15 on this possession. And she did lose the handle. It was hard to tell from here whether that ball crossed the line, but the referee had a great view of it. Turnover there for the Titans. And head coach Maya Smith calls a timeout.
Yeah, smart play by Maya Smith there, kind of recognizing that the Thunder are slowly starting to trickle back and come back in this game. So tries to throw them off their game here, calls a timeout, and we'll see what the Titans will come back with for the remaining 7 minutes of this quarter.
It's been a lot to like if you are of a Illinois Wesleyan persuasion so far through the first 60% of this game, as the Titans look to maintain their streak of making 8 consecutive, or 7, it would be 8 this year, consecutive tournament championship games. And quite frankly, if they're able to beat Wheaton and Milliken back-to-back on the road, they deserve it. that would be a tough way to reach the CCIW championship game. But they'll fancy their chances with a strong start here so far tonight.
Yeah, and both of these teams no stranger to the CCIW championship. In the last 20 years, either Wheaton or Illinois Wesleyan has been in the tournament every single year. They've matched up against each other 9 times in those last 20 years. So these are 2 great programs. Of course, not used to playing this early in the CCIW tournament, used to having byes, but both trying to prove tonight that they are the better team.
Yeah, pretty remarkable track record, as you outlined there, between these 2 programs, and obviously the 2 head coaches, plenty of familiarity with each other. That's a nice offensive possession right there for the Thunder coming out of the stoppage.
Yeah, as we said, Ellie Castle just taking it so far in this second half. She was getting frustrated toward the end of the first half with her teammates. You could see it on her face, you could hear it if you were here in King Arena. She's turning that frustration into some great moves and some great plays so far.
And we're so used to seeing Caroline Sickink be the offensive facilitator for the Thunder, but as you said earlier, she's sitting on the bench with 3 fouls right now. So Ellie Castle doing well to step into that role and making things happen on the offensive end for Wheaton.
Yeah, Castle with 6 points so far. I want to say all of those points coming in this second half.
That was a tough baseline jumper for Caitlin Heller right there to get Wesleyan some momentum back in their favor. Long pass up ahead by Schwinn, and a turnover from Castle there, looking for Richardson underneath the hoop, but that was perfectly well read. Carlson earning the takeaway, and Wesleyan will build from the perimeter once again. Palmer going up against Schwinn. Not on the same page as her teammate, but manages to keep it alive, and she scores her first points of the night off the feed from Sawyer White.
Yeah, as we said in the first half, every time the Thunder seem to have a glimpse of hope, the Titans just come back, and that's what we're seeing right now. We'll see if the Thunder will slow it down here as Ellie Castle with a nice up and under move to get the ball in the hoop on the right side of the basket. Yeah. She is on fire.
Certainly the one making things happen offensively right now for Wheaton. Wouldn't be surprised to see the ball end up in her hands again here on this series as Wesleyan comes up empty.
Yeah, I think the senior realizing that this could be the last game of her career if they don't step it up in these last few minutes of this game.
It's a great point. She definitely has some extra motivation on her shoulders that her teammates may not be feeling in quite the same way. Here's Richardson. Will the drought end? No. Rims out. 0 for 12 now from beyond the arc is Wheaton tonight. Kate Palmer with the transition 2. Doesn't quite drop it in. Another rebound for Castle. And the game is being played at an increasing breakneck speed as both teams look to push the pace. There's Lily Schwinn working her way out of the double team. Kaylee Hermanson thought about stepping into the 3, instead floats it up for Castle, but it's just stripped right out of her hands by Caitlin Heller.
Yeah, great job by Heller to anticipate that pass. Tries to drive on the other end, and Annika Richardson right there. Fouls Heller, doesn't allow her to get some points on the board, so that'll send Heller to the free throw line, which, as you said, Wesleyan being the worst free throw shooting team in the conference, it's okay to send them to the line.
Wheaton, we've seen that a number of times tonight, some tactical fouls preventing those easy baskets underneath the hoop for Wesleyan, and it's mostly worked out Wheaton's favor. The problem is they just can't get any offensive continued momentum going with all these missed shots that we're seeing, especially from beyond the three-point line.
Yeah, extremely frustrating so far for the Thunder. I mean, as you said, they are shooting 0 for 12 from the three-point line. Just a shocking turnout tonight. Shooting, and they're only shooting 25% overall field goal percentage, so just a tough night for the Thunder. We're hoping to see them come back a little bit in the second half, and Ellie Castle certainly is doing that, but she's going to need her teammates to step it up if they're going to want to win this game tonight.
And sometimes you just have those nights. You can't control when it happens. Obviously, this is one of the worst possible times for it to happen at a elimination do-or-die game, but sometimes you just get those nights where the shots aren't falling and you're not doing anything differently from what you'd normally do, but the team is low on confidence and the baskets aren't dropping. That just makes the job even harder, especially against such an experienced team like Illinois Wesleyan.
Yeah, but freshman Sawyer White experiencing quite the opposite of that. 4 for 5 from the three-point line, shooting 80%. She's just been on fire so far in this game, and yeah, you're right. You can't control if you're off or on, but Sawyer White is certainly on tonight, and that is what's helping the Titans continue to hold this lead.
I'm going to go out on a limb with a hot take here and say that Illinois Wesleyan's backcourt is going to be pretty good these next couple of years.
I would agree with you there.
2 shots here for Caitlin Heller coming out of the timeout, makes the first one. Wesleyan with their largest lead of the night at 17 points midway through the third quarter. We'll see if Wheaton can try to build any momentum here heading into the final frame. Lily Schwinn bringing the ball up the floor. More impressive pressure applied on the defensive end from Illinois Wesleyan. We've seen that result in quite a few turnovers for the Thunder tonight, trying to move the ball around offensively. Here's Anna Fernandez. Kicks it out to Sickink, who's back in the game now with 3 fouls.
Ellie Castle was wide open under the basket there. Really wanted that pass from Sickink.
Lily Schwinn bailed out by the whistle a little bit there. There wasn't much going offensively. It didn't look like she was going to be able to get an easy shot up. But she does do well to draw the foul, and that will be Laura Malum, who was whistled for that one, her third.
Schwinn shooting 50% tonight from the free throw line. Trying to help her percentage, but she'll miss her first. Doing a good job of getting to the line. Just, as we said, this has kind of become the theme for Wheaton, unable to capitalize on all of these opportunities. But she does there, makes that free throw.
Melissa Fabrowski will check back in for the Thunder to replace Schwinn, as will Lauren Huber. Unanimous first team selection as the all-conference teams were announced just yesterday for CCIW women's basketball. Drive inside there from Sarah Bali.
Anna Fernandez almost able to grab the steal, but instead just knocks it out of bounds. Leaves the Titans with 15 seconds on the shot clock.
Step back there from Huber, and she draws the foul call on Kaylee Hermanson.
Huber just so athletic when she gets in the paint. Able to elevate there over Kaylee Hermanson, kind of get Hermanson off her feet, cause her to reach in.
Hermanson is one of the better defenders on this Wheaton team. We saw her really put in a good shift against Elise Knudsen here in Wheaton's upset senior night win over Milliken. Knudsen, because of the kind of player that she is, I think still finished with about 30 points in the game, but it felt like a quiet performance by her standards, and Milliken just was never able to get anything going offensively in that game. Really impressive win. I think it's fair to say the most impressive win of the season for Wheaton.
Oh, absolutely. Almost, I would say, the most impressive win for all of the CCIW to take down Big Blue in that game. And you're right, Kaylee Hermanson often tasked with guarding the best offensive player on every team that this Thunder team plays. She'll sub out of the game now as the Thunder will try to make something happen on the offensive end. Caroline Sickink gets the ball knocked away though, and that's Huber with the ball up to Heller for two.
That is quick transition basketball right there from Illinois Wesleyan. This is a team that is in their groove right there, looking to advance to the CCIW tournament semifinals yet again. And head coach Maya Smith has to be very pleased with what she's seen from her team so far. Sickink driving through about 3 players right here. That would have been a heck of a basket if she'd converted. Gets her own rebound. Trying to make it happen offensively, and the foul call will be on the floor before she got the shot off.
Yeah, as you said, just 2 great moves back-to-back there from Caroline Sickink. Unable to get the first one to fall, but draws the foul on the second. So gives the Thunder another chance here with 20 seconds on the shot clock. And another foul under the basket, this time, I believe, on Katie Knudsen, number 20. And the Thunder will get another chance under the basket to make something happen here.
And if ever there was a possession for their 3-point drought to end, you got to feel like this is the one that would finally give them a little bit of hope and get this crowd into the game some. We'll see if they put up a shot from deep or try to drive inside. Here's Faborowski. Castle with the baseline jumper, doesn't get it to go. Rebound by Sickink, and she's fouled on the shot.
Yeah, another offensive board by Caroline Sickink. She is just going crazy tonight on the offensive boards. Great to see that energy. She'll head to the line again.
Primed to be one of the standout players and leaders for this team next season, entering her senior year. Transfer from Gordon College out of Asheville, North Carolina. Ever been to Asheville? Great city. Love
yeah,
Asheville.
Beautiful city.
My dad grew up there, so maybe a little bit biased,
Yeah.
but it's a fun place.
I'm a good friend of Caroline, so I hear about it quite often, how beautiful it is in the mountains. She's very proud of her home state. She'll make her first, the North Carolina native.
Wheaton still below the 30-point line here with 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Not a figure that they would have been hoping for coming into tonight. Sickink goes 1 for 2, 18-point lead for the Titans. Kate Palmer will put up a 3, too strong, and the ball will stay with Illinois Wesleyan.
Thunder fans looking a little disappointed right now, as you said, unable to make something happen. They really need some spark right now to get these fans back engaged and to kind of get the team back engaged as well.
Yeah, we've talked about how well the Wesleyan fans travel for these games here at Wheaton, and plenty of green in attendance here tonight in King Arena. They've certainly been making their voices heard as Wesleyan has expanded their lead. That's a rare turnover right there from Huber. Castle and Fernandez do well to come away with the ball. Fernandez hesitates, now hands it off to Sickink. Kate Oliver, 2 points on the night, trying to expand that here. Tough pass out to Faborowski. Here's Sickink at the top of the key, just 5 seconds to shoot here for the Thunder. Drives into the lane and can't quite get it to drop, and another huge rebound from Castle. And a travel on Faborowski as Illinois Wesleyan forces the turnover.
Ellie Castle now with 11 rebounds tonight A lot of those coming just from these last 8 minutes here in the second quarter, but it's just not enough right now to pull her team out of this drought. They continue to trail Wesleyan, and that's Sawyer White again. This has really become her game.
High quality basketball on the offensive end right there from the Titans. Heller with the inside feed to Sawyer White. And Illinois Wesleyan is in their groove right there as Fabrowski's called for the offensive foul. 20-point lead for the visiting Illinois Wesleyan Titans as the 5th seed in this tournament.
And looks like Kent Madsen will call a timeout after that one. Sawyer White able to convert on the offensive end, and then Alyssa Fabrowski with that offensive foul. It's just the exact type of energy that Wesleyan needed to continue to build this lead. Kent Madsen clearly frustrated with his team's performance so far in this third quarter. We'll see what they can do out of this timeout.
And it appears as though Augustana is going to lock up their spot in the CCIW tournament semifinals, leading Carthage by 19 points in the fourth quarter. So as things stand, it will be the Central Illinois rivalry renewed in the semifinals, with Illinois Wesleyan traveling to take on Milliken on the road, and Carroll and Augustana. That should be a high-quality semifinal in the first game on Friday evening.
Absolutely, both teams played so well this season.
Illinois Wesleyan, of course, upsetting Milliken on their home floor in the tournament championship last year. You got to imagine the Big Blue will be licking their chops trying to get some revenge if those two teams do face off on Friday night.
And the ball will go back to the Titans here. Just under 2 minutes remaining in this third quarter. Titans up by 20. Largest lead of the game so far.
Open corner three for Sawyer White, and you already know the end result.
Yep. I saw the ball get in her hands, and I knew that that was going to be another 3 points on the board for the Titans. She is just on fire tonight. Her teammates are as well, but Sawyer White right now leading the Titans with 19 points already in this game.
And I think you kind of forecasted it. We were talking before tip-off. You mentioned the good vein of form that she's in right now. She is playing some of the best basketball of her life these last few games for Illinois Wesleyan. Certainly been the standout player so far tonight.
Yeah, earned herself a starting spot on this team and has been playing like a veteran in these last few games, and is certainly playing like a veteran tonight, leading her team in scoring. And just on fire from the three-point line, shooting 83%, 5 for 6 from the line.
Lily Schwinn doubled once again as she brings the ball up the floor. Here's Sickink moving it around to Annika Richardson. Wesleyan not letting up on the defensive end. Fabrowski airball on the three. And the Titans, despite being up by 23, make that 25 points as Kate Palmer gets the transition layup. They are not letting Wheaton take anything easy right now.
Yeah, almost a shocking display from the Thunder right now, just almost feeling like they're giving up this third quarter here. Not a lot of energy. Kent Madsen subbing Alexis Martin in the game next. See if she can create the spark that the Thunder so desperately need right now, as Lauren Huber brings the ball down, passes it over to White.
Illinois Wesleyan will have another chance for a buzzer-beating shot here as Lauren Huber takes it. Can't quite get that one to drop, but what was a sterling third quarter there for the Titans as they lead 53-28 heading into the final period here in Wheaton.
Yeah, Thunder continue their lack of scoring from the three-point line, 0 for 5 in this third quarter, whereas the Titans have Sawyer White, who is just hitting just about every shot she takes, outscoring the Thunder by 9 in that third quarter.
I think that stat kind of tells the whole story right there. Pretty dominant display for Illinois Wesleyan after halftime. We talked about the importance of the third quarter with Wheaton's track record in the fourth. They knew they'd have to come out with a strong showing after halftime if they were going to work their way back into the game, but really a professional performance from Illinois Wesleyan. They have not taken their foot off the gas pedal, not given Wheaton any glimmer of hope of mounting a late comeback in this game.
Absolutely. Thunder just unable to stay focused so far in this game. 19 turnovers, a lot of that credited to the Titans press, just really getting in the heads of the Thunder. If you've noticed, a lot of this game has been played from right over the half-court line with the Thunder. They just get so frazzled as soon as they get the ball over half-court. They either back up or someone comes up way too high and they pass the ball over, and that's just exactly what the Titans are begging for with their defensive strategy. And so the Thunder just absolutely falling for every ploy that the Titans have implemented tonight.
Yeah, as we touched on in the first half, it was a similar story in the first meeting here in King Arena back in January between these two teams. The difference was Wheaton kind of figured it out at halftime.
Yeah.
In the second half, they came out strong. They kind of made the adjustments that they needed to get back in the game, and then had a really strong fourth quarter despite ultimately losing by 2 points, turned it into a really competitive game. And this time that has just not been the case. Illinois Wesleyan has been the team firmly in control.
Absolutely, and one key part of that was just having players step up, like Kate Oliver with 20 points that night. Right now, no Thunder players in double digits. All players still in single digits tonight, which is playing a huge role in this drought, as the Thunder will foul yet again under the basket, sending Heller to the line.
Yeah, certainly not a box score stat line you'd want to see as you enter the postseason, with no one scoring in double figures, as you pointed out. First free throw bounces out there for Heller.
Heller trying to get in double digits herself, now sitting with 9 points. Has an opportunity to make it 10 here, and she will. So 3 Titan players in double digits right now, no Thunder players in double digits. That's just one way that this game has gone. The Titans just coming out with a lot of energy and converting a lot of points on the offensive end.
Kaylee Hermanson swinging around to Annika Richardson, Wheaton's second team representative on the all CCIW teams that were announced yesterday. Almost another transition basket there for Sawyer White. She is mortal after all. Caroline Sicking trying to get a basket the hard way, and that's a beautiful spin to finish with the kiss off the glass.
Yeah, nice spin move. Thunder still trail by 24 here. But that's the energy we're going to need to see in the remaining 9 minutes of this fourth quarter if the Thunder want to chip away at it anymore.
Yeah, and I think as you pointed out, those last few minutes of the third quarter felt like the first time we've seen a real energy drop-off from Wheaton. There was certainly a lack of execution and some sloppiness, but you couldn't fault the effort in that first half, and players like Ellie Castle especially really stepping up and providing a little bit of energy for the team. But these last few minutes, Illinois Wesleyan has just kind of taken the air out of this game. Interior pass there doesn't quite find Huber, and it will be a turnover for the Titans. Illinois Wesleyan's men's team is locked in an instant classic in Kenosha right now. Carthage leading 71-69 with 10 seconds left. Titans are a three-pointer away from making this a perfect night for Illinois Wesleyan basketball.
Let's go,
Fernandez taking the ball up the floor, matched up against Palmer. And that's a nice basket for Fernandez, doing it all herself.
Yeah, nice move by Anna Fernandez. As we said, freshman that plays like a veteran. She's has a little bit of a spark of energy right now. We'll see what she can do on the defensive end now as she guards Heller.
Tough basket on the other end, coming back down the floor from Caitlin Heller. It's an impressive solo play right there for the senior out of Glen Ellen. To your point, Amelia, about so many of these Illinois Wesleyan players being locals, as Sikink draws a tough shooting foul.
Yeah, it's a funny thing you'll notice if you look at both of the rosters. Illinois Wesleyan, every single player is from Illinois. If you look at the Wheaton roster, every single active player, so meaning not injured, is not from Illinois.
It's pretty remarkable.
All over California, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, you name it. We've got it on this Thunder team. So the Thunder obviously not able to travel quite as well as the Titans, and that's evident tonight as a lot of this gym is green.
That's a great point. It certainly helps with those in-state conference matchups, give them a little bit more of a home court feel despite playing on the road. As we see Sarah Bali checking back in for the Titans. 8 minutes left here in the CCIW Women's Tournament quarterfinal, barring something incredible. We fully expect to see Illinois Wesleyan advancing to take that semifinal spot on Friday in Decatur.
Yeah, disappointing performance from the Thunder so far tonight. Played the Titans so well in both matchups this season, beating them in December and then so close until the end in January. Just looks like tonight they did not come out ready to play.
Yeah, it's unfortunate from a neutral perspective. They had all the makings of a third instant classic between these two teams, expecting another close matchup, but have to give full credit to Illinois Wesleyan for taking it to Wheaton tonight. Sicking trying to drive in, but another staunch defensive effort, and that's just kind of summed up the game that we've seen here.
Yeah, as you said, Wesleyan just came so well prepared on the offensive and the defensive end to take down this Thunder team pretty handedly, as Dale will miss here and it'll go back in the hands of Anna Fernandez. We'll see if she'll slow it down or make something happen right away. As Richardson tries to drive in, pops it out.
Kaylee Hermanson with a nice feed inside to Sickink. Can't get the shot to go. Kate Oliver and Ellie Castle, and it looks like Lily Schwinn now getting ready to come back in the game for Wheaton.
Wheaton shooting just 25% tonight. Just unable to get anything to fall, whether that be in the paint or from the three-point line, as we've noted earlier. See the Titans starting to slow things down just a little bit on the offensive end. That's
Alexis Martin. Sorry, Amelia, didn't step on your toes there. Alexis Martin with the rebound. Nice interior feed there. That's a good play from Hermanson to Richardson, and Richardson will try to complete the and one from the free throw line.
Yeah, nice play under the basket there on her left side. Great cut by Annika Richardson. Gets right in front of Kelly Carlson, gets great position, and then draws the foul on top of that.
Both men's quarterfinals have now hit final status. Illinois Wesleyan's second half comeback coming up just short. Carthage edging the Titans 74-69, so they will face off against the two-seeded North Park Vikings here in King Arena at 5 p.m. on Friday night. We hope you'll join us for that. That should be a high-quality semifinal. And Elmhurst just edging out North Central 84-80. In the other quarterfinal, meaning we will see a Wheaton versus Elmhurst rematch in the semifinals just 6 days after they played in Elmhurst.
Deja vu. And Titans unable to capitalize on the other end, so back to the Thunder here. Thunder still trailing by 21.
Kate Oliver trying to end the drought for the Thunder, but they just cannot buy a basket from beyond the arc. And the Titans will take it back down the other way.
Yeah, Thunder now 0 for 14 from the three-point line. Just keeps climbing.
That's one of those stat lines you just kind of throw your hands up and say, there's no accounting for that.
It's not our night.
Illinois Wesleyan trying to hit 60 here on this possession as Sawyer White goes to work against Lily Schwinn.
Great defensive effort by Schwinn, though.
Yeah, that was high-quality point guard play by both players. Wesleyan keeps it alive, and Palmer splashes it in to hit 60 for the Titans. Annika Richardson from deep, and the drought is over.
Finally. Weight off my chest is lifted.
I think that'll feel good for Richardson to, even if it doesn't make any dent in the ultimate result of this game, just to see one from deep finally split the net.
Certainly, and Annika Richardson's shot so well the rest of this season, usually pretty reliable from the three-point line, is a beautiful shot. It's been unable to get one to fall earlier, but finally gets one here as there's just about 4 minutes left, and that's Ellie Castle with the steal.
You got to tip your hat to Ellie Castle tonight, playing her last game in King Arena. She has put forth quite an effort on both ends of the floor. As a nice transition layup there for Kaylee Hermanson.
Yeah, both Castle and Hermanson right now playing like they know it's their last game.
Sawyer White, another three, and I don't even need to tell you how it turned out.
Just got to shake your head at that. She is just on fire.
I think Sawyer White versus Elise Knudsen is going to be quite the matchup at point guard on Friday night.
I will be tuning in to watch that.
Here's Kate Oliver trying to spin out of trouble, and she draws the foul. To that point, Augustana has defeated Carthage in the other women's tournament quarterfinal, so they will take on Carroll in a 2-versus-3 semifinal. So all the games apart from this one on the men's and women's side going chalk this evening in the CCIW tournament quarterfinals, and we are set up for some quite high-quality matchups on both ends come this weekend.
Yeah, excited to see how these remaining CCIW playoff games go down in Decatur. As we said earlier, it's really any team's game at this point. Wesleyan certainly playing like they want to take over and they want to make it to the championship. So excited to see how they will carry on the remaining part of their season moving forward.
Well, you know, a coach's experiences, Maya Smith will have done her homework on Wheaton's win over Milliken here a few weeks ago. I think Milliken will be, doubly motivated to kind of atone for that and win out and complete the conference double on their home floor. But Wheaton really exposed some vulnerabilities in the Big Blue that night. It'll be interesting to see if Wesleyan can kind of go to school on Wheaton's game plan and pull the upset in Decatur this weekend.
Certainly, that was quite the exciting game. I think a lot of Thunder fans were on the edge of their seats thinking, oh my goodness, could this be our season? Could we come back suddenly from what's been kind of a subpar season? And unfortunately, Thunder unable to continue with that momentum after that win against Big Blue. And we're seeing that tonight. Just not a great, they're certainly a great team, but not a consistent team, and that's what's really hurt them this season.
It's a great point about their consistency, and I actually think the flow of that game felt very similar to what we've seen tonight. Of course, the other way around, with now Wheaton being on the receiving end of that. But the losing team, of course, frustration with the way they played, but most of the credit just has to go to the winning team for executing their game plan to perfection.
Certainly. And that's Sawyer White up top here. She leads with 22 points tonight among all scorers.
Nice takeaway right there from Castle underneath the defensive basket as Wheaton will bring it up the floor. Maya Adwell-Palker into the game now for the Thunder, as is Anna Mooney, and the Thunder will retain possession.
We've got Megan Moody subbing in for the Titans now. Just under 3 minutes to go.
Let's go, Wheaton!
Castle looking for an open teammate. She doesn't see one, and she'll shoot mid-range jumper. Great board by Anna Mooney, but it's tossed away by Maya Adwell-Palker.
Illinois Wesleyan trying to stretch their lead even more, and they do. Another tough and one basket right there. That was Caitlin Heller driving into the lane. She'll go to the free throw line for one shot as Illinois Wesleyan hits 65 on the night. Both teams ringing the changes now as we'll see the Titans make a few subs. And it looks like Martin and Fabrowski will come back in for Wheaton.
Yeah, Heller with 14 points tonight.
And we'll get a curtain call here for Wheaton's two seniors, Ellie Castle and Kaylee Hermanson, a deserved round of applause as the two veterans make their way off the floor.
Yeah, two great careers. Ellie Castle with a full 4 years with the Thunder. She's been a great leader for this team and a great teammate. Kaylee Hermanson, transferring in last year from Chico State, has come in with a lot of fire and given this Thunder team all she had, especially on the defensive end. So truly a loss to lose those two. But as we've said earlier, a lot of hope for the Thunder moving forward.
And Amelia, I want to be sure to recognize your contributions to this program. Obviously, you spent a number of years around this team, and you duly got your time in the sun as part of the senior. The voice of the Thunder, if I'm not mistaken, was how you were billed, and justifiably so. And so we want to thank you from the Wheaton Athletic Department for your work with the team these last few seasons. It's been a pleasure, and obviously not how the team would have wanted their season to end, but nice for them to, the seniors being recognized there by Coach Madsen as they got taken off the floor for the last time. And as we've said all along, full credit to Illinois Wesleyan for a professional performance as we get a travel call underneath the hoop. Hopefully this won't be the last Wheaton women's game you call. We don't know what the future holds, but
yeah, we'll see. It's been a blast. It's been super fun to brag on my teammates this last year. So
That's what it's all about.
Always fun to watch the Titans play too, and they've certainly come out tonight and played a great game here in King Arena. As that's Alexis Martin under the basket, the sophomore out of Schenectady, New York. Able to get the ball in the hoop with a bunch of Titans defenders under her.
Yeah, nice physical play right there from the sophomore. Wheaton have a chance maybe to hit 50 by the end of the game, which would be a little bit more respectable. They were still in the 20s at the end of the third quarter. That's a nice rebound right there by Anna Mooney, and she'll go to the line for 2 shots.
Yeah, Anna Mooney hasn't seen a ton of playing time this year, has been battling a couple of hip issues, but she sure knows how to play with a bunch of fire. Great to see her, the undersized player, grabbing that board, putting the ball up strong under the basket, and heading to the free throw line. She'll miss her first. So much of this game has been played from the free throw line tonight for both teams.
I don't know if you have access to the number of foul shots there on the live stats, but it feels like every other possession has involved a trip to the free throw line, as you said.
Absolutely. Either that or a jump ball.
Right, yeah.
And a minute and a half here to go in King Arena. Titans still lead by 20 in this first game of the CCIW tournament.
And their bench wanted the 3-point attempt right there from Emma Cornack coming off the substitutes row. Possession will be kept alive. Good defense right there from Alexis Martin as she pulls down the defensive rebound. Final minute of play here in King Arena as Illinois Wesleyan gets set to advance to the CCIW tournament semifinals. That's Anna Mooney pulling it from deep. And the Titans will bring it down and look for a quick transition basket if they can keep it in play. And they can. Here's Emily Galvin from deep, and another rebound there for Martin.
Alexis Martin certainly the leader on the floor right now for the Thunder.
Faborowski trying to get 3 points on the scoreboard. And Wesleyan can't quite hold for the last shot. We'll get one more possession here. This is Chantherbury kicking it out, and that's drained from deep by Emma Cornack, and the bench does get to celebrate her 3-pointer. I think we just have a quick clock issue to resolve here, as I know they ruled out a 2. Sorry, from here it looks like she was behind the line, but it is 67-45 with 15 seconds left, and the Thunder will have the ball for the final time here tonight. Well, now there's 17:02 left.
Oh.
That's a first. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Maybe they can come back now. Lots of clock issues tonight.
I think everyone's sharing a laugh over that one. We'll try to get that resolved quickly here.
And we're back to 17.2 seconds as Alexis Martin's going to pass it into Lily Schwinn for what should be the final possession of the game here for the Thunder. Both the Thunder and Titan fans clapping for both of these teams tonight on what's been a great season for both. That's Anna Mooney putting some final points on the board there for the Thunder. But the Titans will win pretty handedly, 67-47 tonight in King Arena.
Yeah, comprehensive win for the 5th-seeded Titans here as they improve to 16-10. Wheaton will finish their season with a record of 15-11. These two evenly matched teams, but this game was all about Illinois Wesleyan earning a 67-47 result to improve and to move on to the CCIW tournament semifinals in Decatur this weekend. Amelia, your final thoughts?
It's been a great season for the Thunder. These girls have all played really hard, and definitely a disappointing loss tonight, but a great Illinois Wesleyan team. Looking forward to seeing how they continue in the CCIW tournament, and looking forward to seeing how the CCIW tournament turns out for all of these great teams. Thanks for joining us tonight on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network and joining us this season. It's been a great season for Kent Madsen and the Wheaton Thunder. Have a great night.